Welcome to the Wayne County Community Correction Advisory Board.
Chief Judge Pro Tem Williams, Pastor Williams, Deputy Chief Stewart, Ms. Smith, Ms. Robinson,
Present.
Mr. Howard,
Present.
Mr. Harris,
Present.
Chief Dunlap, Mr. Shrikian, Chief Judge Pro Tem Braxton,
Here.
Chairwoman Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Next item.
Item B, remarks from the chair.
Other than to say happy birthday to Ebony. This is her big day and she has to work, but that goes with the territory. But we want to thank Santa Claus for coming in here and bringing the goodies. Mr. McCann, yeah, but Mr. McCann had a helper. Okay, next item.
Item C, approval of the February 16th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Motion.
Sorry, Madam Chair. I don't see any minutes in our package.
Minutes. We'll table the approval of the minutes until we can get until Pam provides us with the minutes. Next item, Madam Chair. Madam Clerk.
Item D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Moving to item E1 under new business, review and approval of the fiscal year 2024 Michigan Department of Corrections Community Plan and application.
A lot of ideas, creative ideas as it pertains to,
Okay.
he has a lot of creative ideas as it pertains to helping justice involved in Additionally, the department is working to create a commissioners and other citizens, and it's something that the department is looking to. To the application.
Would you, Madam Clerk, would you please unmute Andrea?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andrea. Oh, she's muted.
So I'll switch. Camera's not working, and then the sound keeps going in and out. I'll switch devices.
How we are working to improve and increase enrollment, we did not. With a projected or requested funding amount of $300,000. And I'll table that. Ms. Robinson shared some additional information regarding maybe the implementation of that program and potential partnerships. So I'll be excited to allow Ms. Robinson to speak later in the agenda to discuss what she has discovered. Trauma-informed care is a new program that was implemented in fiscal year 2023. The agreement was approved by Wayne County Commission on March 17th. And so we are looking for the program description was modified for the upcoming fiscal year to not only provide trauma-informed care for female probationers, but also to allow male probationers to participate in the program. And as a result, we've requested $265,000 to provide that programming. Trauma-informed care continues to be one of the #1 requested programs that MDOC requests of Wayne County to provide in this application. And so it's my hope that through the modification to the application for fiscal year 2024 by expanding the participants to allow male probationers to engage in programming, we will meet or exceed that 100 projected enrollments. Drunk driver jail reduction assessment, which is a 5-day in jail assessment that the Wayne County Sheriff's Office allows probationers or defendants to remain housed in the facility for an additional 5 days or for up to 5 days to allow time for the vendor to assess them to determine their eligibility for drunk driver jail reduction program. We anticipate to enroll 100 participants in that program with a request of $30,000. Post-release program, drunk driver treatment programming in the community is for those defendants that have actually been admitted into programming who deemed to be eligible to receive this service and will engage in community-based drunk driver jail reduction programming. We anticipate to enroll 75, which is different from the number of participants that are actually assessed. We find that while most individuals are admitted or accepted in the program, there are a significant amount of people who don't meet eligibility requirements or they aren't captured within a timely fashion. And so 75 is pretty much the anticipated number for projected enrollments for 2024. And we requested $27,188. Adult fugitive apprehension services, we anticipate and like other programs in fiscal year 2023, we've found that there is a direct correlation between enrollments in our specialty court and the adult fugitive apprehension referrals that receive. So one of the requirements for adult fugitive apprehension is that the defendant must be enrolled in a specialty court program or sentenced to a PRS, a probation residential services facility. What we found is that specialty court numbers are trending downward. They are having difficulty enrolling individuals in their specialty court programs. And as a result, people aren't absconding or violating the terms of their probation. And so we hope that we would at least have provision for approximately 75 apprehension referrals for fiscal year 2024, and the funding request is $50,000. The next section of the application funding request in the amount of $580,000 is for additional community corrections staffing. During the pandemic, we lost a significant amount of staff. We laid off 5. 5 weren't recalled. 2 were recalled, and of the 2, 1 is retired and 1 is resigned. Additionally, we lost our administrative analyst that was transferred to a different department during the pandemic. The lack of staffing has caused a significant detriment to the work of community corrections. A lot of the administrative work, contract processing has become my responsibility. And I think that having an additional staff person to be solely responsible for the administrative component of community corrections will allow me the ability, flexibility to work in the community and develop and fortify relationships with our community-based partners. So the request for an administrative analyst, the funding for 3 community corrections staff, the one includes the assistant CDU administrator who works exclusively with our Wayne County Sheriff's Office. His office is housed in Division 3. And it also provides provision for an IT support staff person who is responsible for extracting and uploading our data monthly to the Michigan Department of Corrections, as well as providing troubleshoot assistance to other users who are responsible for entering data into our system. The administrative component in the amount of $618,358 includes the salaries for the community corrections manager, 2 program managers, contracts, no, not a contract, community corrections manager, 2 program managers, and additional support that falls under the administrative category. So the total request for fiscal year 2024 is $2,061,290. Any questions regarding the fiscal year 2024 application and funding request?
Go ahead. It's not on. Is the little button on this push? Oh, are they not on, Madam Clerk?
They're on.
Mine is. Tap like this.
Oh.
I know. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Question for you, Ms. McCann. I know you mentioned with regards to the staffing levels and some return of staffing. Are any of the staff that'll be returning, will they be serving as navigators for connections to services directly to increase the referrals?
So the department, we are working to modify or adjust some of the program descriptions and responsibilities for our staff that we have. We found that there are some barriers. And so in the past, DWIN was housed inside of the jail, providing that navigator service. And additionally, we did have community corrections staff who would assist with call out and assisting with conducting those 1-800 number calls to determine eligibility for services. And so we have found that that is a barrier, that is a gap, and that we are working to reintegrate that service in the jail. So yes.
Thank you, Director, and thank Ms. Robinson for asking that question, because I agree with the challenges of staffing internally for us. It would be a great help to have some additional support on the navigator end as we connect people from the jail to treatment. So it's great to hear that CDU is going to try to pick up more of that work. Thank you.
Madam Chair, just wanted to add to that, as well as for the jail, as well as the community. 3 of the criminogenic areas that have been identified for Wayne County as being high need areas that we are charged with addressing: social environment, criminal personality, vocation, education. And I see Ms. McCann does have it listed as which agencies will be able to address those needs to, in an attempt to help reduce the recidivism for our population that'll receive services through our programming. So again, I think it's important to have that navigator on hand who can target, identify those resources for both those that are in the jail as well as those in the community, so that we can ensure there's no gaps in services.
It has to be reviewed and approved and voted on by the body.
Oh, can I get a motion?
Madam Chair, I motion that the budget as proposed be adopted and approved.
Second.
And supported, that this item be approved. Are there any questions on the motion? Those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
Madam Chair, we're moving back to item C, approval of the February 16, 2023 meeting minutes.
Did everybody get a copy of the minutes? So now can I have a motion for approval of the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from February 16, 2023.
Motion, can I have a support?
Second.
Any questions or concerns on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
Item F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the board.
Are you all done?
No.
Yeah.
Through
Because you
the,
have to do another.
through the chair, to this honorable body, included in your packet, you have the quarterly 2 report that is due to the Michigan Department of Corrections. Sorry.
Does everyone have that report?
Yes, it was distributed prior to the meeting. In the report, it identifies the current programs that we offer. It lists the enrollments and where we are as it pertains to expenditures and utilization. Just for the sake of time, I will briefly review or go through the programs that we offer. As it pertains to Lake Ridge Village, which is our cognitive behavioral jail-based program, the projected enrollments for 2023 was 60. And to date, we have enrolled 48 new clients. And so Lake Ridge Village is on target to meet and or exceed their enrollment for fiscal year 2023. To date, they have expended $25,820. And so that's 48% of their budget. The trauma-informed care program was recently approved by Wayne County Commission, and the vendor, Black Family Development, will meet and conduct a presentation in front of the Michigan Department of Corrections on May 17th. During that time, it is our hope that as a result of that discussion and that presentation, we will have some enrollments for the fiscal year. And while we may not meet that 60 mark, I do believe that we will, there will be a significant amount of enrollments to participate in that programming. And again, that is the program that was for fiscal year 2023 only allocated or designated to receive enrollments for our female probationers. But moving forward in 2024 is my hope that the state will allow us to enroll males as well. As it pertains to the jail-based cognitive behavioral therapy, the jail-based domestic violence program, there have only been 9 enrollments. And so as a result, as I indicated during the 2024 application, we reduced the projected enrollments. They have to date expended $9,000. And so we are working with the court to see how we can increase enrollments for DVT programming. But it appears that a lot of judges are just directly sentencing individuals to participate in the community-based program. As it pertains to, as it pertains to the community-based domestic violence program, we projected 75 enrollments. We provided services to 39 carryovers from the previous fiscal year. And to date, there have been 28 new enrollments. And so they are trending upward in the appropriate direction. To date, they have expended $22,566. As it pertains to GPS Tether, we projected 400 enrollments. We've provided services to 126 from the previous fiscal year. To date, there have been 132 new enrollments on GPS Tether. There's also have been 133 participants who have successfully been discharged from GPS Tether, which I think is good to note and good to reference during this report. To date, the GPS Tether program has expended $118,656, and so they are halfway through their budget for fiscal year 2023. For adult fugitive apprehensions, there have been 29 apprehension referrals thus far, and they all have my apologies. 17 of the 39 referrals were apprehended within 30 days of their referral that was received by the Sheriff's Department. So I think that is commendable, that within 30 days of receipt of the apprehension referral, 17 of those offenders were successfully apprehended and returned back to custody. So that is good. We are still looking for 12. And so again, kudos to the Wayne County Sheriff's Office for their work and efforts in their apprehending offenders that abscond from treatment and or violate the terms of their specialty court probation.
Were they on tethers?
It depends. Some are not. But the men and women at the Wayne County, the apprehension unit, they go out in the community, they identify the last known address, and they stake out homes and schools, last known places of business. So they definitely, if the offender is not on a GPS tether, their eyes and utilization of social media to track down offenders is remarkable. As it pertains to Wayne County 5-day housing, which is the Sheriff's Department allowing us the referral and this intake assessment for individuals to determine their eligibility for drunk driver jail reduction, we projected a total of 75 new enrollments. To date, there have been 54, so that 72% of the enrollment met. And so it's my anticipated guess that they will meet their goal of reaching 75 enrollments for fiscal year 2023. As it pertains to funding, there has been a total of $9,874.50 that has been expended for this program thus far. And then finally, ETRS, drunk driver jail reduction. This is the actual treatment component of drunk driving jail reduction that takes place in the community. We anticipated 75 new enrollments for fiscal year 2023. We've provided services to 110 that carried over from the previous fiscal year. And so as a result, we have met 89% of our goal for 2023. And as it pertains to utilization, there may be a need for internal budget adjustment request because the vendor has currently expended $26,150 of the $30,000 that was allocated for fiscal year 2023. Commissioner, Madam Chair, that completes my report.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Under the Wayne County Sheriff's Office GPS Tether Program, it mentions that the unit provides case management and supervision of offenders while on GPS Tether. Ms. McCann, can you give a little more insight on what is the case management component?
So during the intake and assessment, offenders are provided with a reporting schedule. During that report schedule, the case managers in which they are referred to at the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, they get a baseline of information. They determine whether or not the offenders are employed, what their housing status is, if there are any additional needs that they may require. And while referrals from those case managers may be limited, they do provide some direction as to where the offenders could obtain additional support services in the community. But they are required to check in with their case manager, depending upon the conditions of their term of tether, sometimes a couple of times a week, but at least once a week.
With regards to the report, and I don't know, I'm looking at the cheat sheet. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if the program description speaks to the level of referrals that they make in assessing needs and making referrals.
I would just ask that that's included in the program description, so it speaks to exactly what those case management services entail.
Okay.
One, it helps to show that we have a full body array of services. And it's not just solely focused on the tether monitoring, which sometimes can take place. So I think it'll make it more comprehensive in showing the services that are also provided.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve this?
Or second.
Properly moved and supported that we approve this item. If there are no other questions on this motion, then we will take a vote. All those that approve this, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
For your calendar, if you may, mark July 20th, 2023 as the next Community Corrections Advisory Board meeting. July 20th, 2023. We do have Paul Bruno present with us today, Madam Chair. Mr. Bruno served as a representative in the past for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. And we are looking to obtain the appropriate documentation so that Mr. Bruno can continue to serve on the board. His term expired during COVID. And during that time, there were some issues with email and receiving communication from each other. And so we are working collectively. He provided me with the information for Chief Tony Guerrero, whom I will be reaching out to receive the prosecutor's support or endorsement for Mr. Bruno serving on the board.
Love to have him continue to serve on the board. So you'll be handling that? Madam Clerk?
Next item is public comments. All lines have been prompted to unmute.
It is now time for public comment. If there's anyone on the telephone or on Zoom who would like to make a comment this time, please do. Second call for public comment. Anyone on the phones or on Zoom would like to make a comment at this time, please speak. Last call for public comment. Speak if you have a comment at this time. And we'll move from public comment. Public comment is closed. Next item.
Adjournment.
Can I have a motion? We adjourn this meeting?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we all again wish Ms. McCann a very, very happy birthday and a wonderful the rest of her evening and adjourn this meeting.
And I support that. But before we go, we have another little item that we have to address here. Now that the meeting is officially closed, I'm waiting for my administrative assistant, Shannon Guyton. Is she here yet?
We both.
And would you bring that forth, please? So the other cake you can take home with you. This one, we're going to celebrate your birthday by singing happy birthday to you. But in addition to that, we have another little surprise. That's a gift from me. And we have a third item here. So it is, as chair of the Wayne County Community Corrections Advisory Board, it gives me great satisfaction to bestow this honor on Ebony McCann. And I'm going to read it. It says, from the County of Wayne, a resolution honoring Ebony McCann. A happy birthday to an outstanding public servant. Whereas it is with great pleasure that we, the members of the Wayne County Community Corrections Advisory Board, offer best birthday wishes to an outstanding public servant, Ebony McCann, on her birthday, April 26, 2023. Whereas